Hey, I just wanted to give you my commentary on the whole TSA hijinks situation. Well, I'm sure you all know already that the TSA is way out of control. They now have the enhanced pat down, so you have a choice of being irradiated or having your groin groped. And it's not just limited to the offensive enhanced pat downs. The TSA have been caught sticking fake drugs in people's bags and then going, "Is this yours?" Just kidding. And the person's like, "Ah, you almost got me there." Yeah. Another TSA employee was caught stealing from people. He was like stealing cameras, got caught because he was selling them on eBay, and one of them was from like a major news network. Are the TSA going to keep you safe? I don't know. The pilots are saying enough is enough. Stop groping the pilots and making them go through the scanners. I mean, they get enough radiation as it is. They don't want to go through the scanners on top of that. And the flight attendants, at least grope them in private. And now the people are calling for a National Opt-out Day on the 24th of November to gum up the lines nicely. Imagine if everybody opted for the pat-down, how long the lines would be. Might not be so good for the airline. Might delay things a lot. Imagine if everybody did that every day. Imagine if everybody did like John Tyner, the "don't touch my junk" guy, and said that they would take neither the scan nor the pat-down and just walk out of the airport. Imagine if everybody decided enough humiliation, enough violation of their personal space, and just decided not to fly. I think at the very least the airlines wouldn't like it. Maybe if enough people stopped acting like sheep and put their foot down, the airlines might put pressure on the government, who might have to revise the TSA procedures. But in fact, the airlines are not obligated to do any of this. They can have their own private security company. They don't have to have the TSA there. It's just that I guess the threat to them would be like, well, imagine if you hire your own private security company and then something happens. That would be bad for business. That would be embarrassing. So they have the TSA there, but they don't have to. So things don't have to be this way. And what is the goal of all this? Because you know how many terrorists they caught since they implemented this? None. That's it. Zero. And why the groping and the scanning? I mean, why don't they just use bomb-sniffing dogs, right? This can't really be for security. It must be to either just get people used to being violated or make people not want to fly, so to limit their mobility. Or maybe it's just get people used to this kind of stuff so later they can have it on the train and at the mall and at the sports games and all that kind of stuff. And then eventually people get so fed up with it that when they come along and say, "Here, we have an alternative for you. Take this little microchip and you won't have to go through any of that stuff anymore." People will be like, "Yeah, fine, I'll take it. Great." Because the other option was such a hassle. This will be so much more convenient. But of course, again, none of it has anything to do with security, because it hasn't stopped any problems, and there's other ways to deal with problems. And plus the TSA themselves are a problem. But as if that's not enough, let's just add this to the list. Obama gives a pass. TSA won't touch Muslims' junk. Well, Obama has decided that after all, Muslim women will not have to go through the naked scanner or the enhanced pat-down because it goes against their religion. Which is a bit weird because they've been telling us all along that it was the Muslims who were the terrorists. But now they're exempt. Are they just trying to piss people off? Here's what I'm going to go do if I ever go to an American airport. Guess what? I'm a Muslim. I'm ready to fly now. Well, you're a Muslim. What are they going to do? They can't make you go through the scanners. I kind of suspect that a lot of people will be converting to Islam before getting on an airplane in the near future. But really, what is the point of all this scanning and groping? If they really want to detect explosives, they can use bomb-sniffing dogs. And besides, you don't have to put explosives in your underwear. You can put it in your bum. So what are they going to do? Start giving people the anal probe at the airport instead of just having more bomb-sniffing dogs? It doesn't really make any sense, does it? You know, I tend to think that none of this makes any sense because it's not about making sense. It's just about messing with our heads. Oh, maybe what we could do is mess with the TSA's heads. Like when they go to do the pat down on you, first of all, I would ask for a man because I'd be even less comfortable with a woman groping me. And then you're like, "Oh, yes, Arnaldo. Oh, yes! Arnaldo. Sometimes I think that really the New World Order, what they like to do best is mess with our heads. So don't let them mess with your heads. Alright, thanks for listening to me rant, and I'll see you next time.